She only appeared in one episode, but dang, did she leave an impression on y'all. You fans have been clamoring for a video on this dastardly gem. Well, who am I to deny ya? What's up, guys? Chris Carr here, your fellow space rock loving gal, to dish with you about this character's background and share my findings on the real-world gem to see if I can find any possible connections between the two. Hit that subscribe button and bell and let's launch in. Today, we're talking about Emerald from Steven Universe. Instead of asking Nerdwire fans to donate to our Patreon, I want to encourage you to make a donation to Black Lives Matter, or another Black organization. It would be a waste of this platform not to advocate for the Black community, and I hope you'll join us in giving what you can. Any support you can give will go a long way. No act of empathy is too small. Thanks in advance for your donations and your time. Stay safe out there.
Incoming message from the Destiny Destroyer.
On screen.
Emerald's one and only episode is Lars of the Stars. In this episode, Steven and Connie take a care package from Lars's parents to him in space by way of his post-mortem hair portal pocket dimension. When the kids emerge from Lars's noggin, they find themselves on the deck of a spaceship with Lars wearing a sweet new captain's uniform and cape. Lars, along with the off-colors, are dealing with Emerald on screen, who Lars pledges will never take them alive. Classic space station move. You're a natural, Lars. Turns out, Lars and his crew stole Emerald's personal shuttle, crashed on Upsilon 9, had been causing a ruckus all over space, impersonated Imperial officers at a cosmic jubilee, snuck past 67 Citrine guards to steal Emerald's fastest ship, the Sun Incinerator, which they were currently aboard, from its docking bay on Clavius 7. Whew! Our band of misfits have been busy! Emerald threatens the crew, who boogie into hyperspace, but Emerald quickly catches up in her warship, the Destiny Destroyer. Emerald threatens to destroy the Sun Incinerator, but Lars knows she'd never actually be able to destroy the ship she loves so much. So with the help of his crew and Stevani, they take out the Destroyer's guns, forcing Emerald to retreat. The episode is steeped in sci-fi references, which makes it so much fun. Your obvious takeaways are the off-colors working roles as if they were the on-deck crew of the Enterprise, the ships that give Neon Genesis, Evangelion, and Gundam vibes, the spaceship names themselves that seem to be reminiscent of Star Wars' Imperial Star Destroyers, and the Imperial officer disguises seem to harken back to when Luke and Han dressed as stormtroopers. What we really see a lot of in this episode, though, is inspiration drawn from space pirate Captain Harlock. Lars looks like he's basically cosplaying Harlock, with his space uniform and cape directly mirroring the anime character's look. He's even got a sweet scar like the Captain. Plus, those skull gauges mimic a lot of the skull imagery we see in Harlock. But I could be stretching there. Choosing an Emerald as the gem Lars has to face could in itself be another nod to Harlock, referencing the character Emeraldas, a fellow space pirate with her own ship. Though she and Harlock see eye to eye, whereas Lars and Emerald obviously have a long history of antagonizing one another. In the Steven Universe podcast, Rebecca Sugar stated that Emerald was a special gem with a high-ranking status on Homeworld due to her cut. Now, aside from the diamonds themselves, we rarely see such a gem of such status battling any of the crystal gems, let alone doing their own dirty work. She had so much potential! Her history with Lars was so cool! This game of intergalactic chicken they were playing was awesome! And then we never saw her ever again. I mean, sure, Lars briefly mentions her, but there was a lot of cool backstory for a one-and-done character. What gives? I remember watching the episode and thinking this was a backdoor pilot for a Lars of the Stars series. And then later theorizing, well, perhaps Emerald was going to be our big bad in the Steven Universe movie. That wasn't until I saw Spinell's Jenny the Rocket silhouette. Why steep us in planetary lore and give us another high-ranking gem? I'll have to leave it to you guys as to what happened here. Do you think the writers just wanted to give us a classic space baddie and throw sci-fi and anime refs at us? Or is this a character we'll see down the pipeline? I'm hoping for the latter. After all, we've only said see you later to the world of Steven Universe, not a solid and permanent goodbye. As Sugar told TV Line in an interview, quote, "I love these characters in this world, and I have theories about the timelines that follow future, but I want to give the characters some time and some privacy, at least for a while. So here's to hoping we see more Emerald. I've got my fingers crossed." We can assume that Emerald has your standard set of gem abilities, such as enhanced strength, speed, durability, and the capacity for fusion. She also clearly is a gifted space traveler. She knows how to run and operate spaceships and navigate through the void. definite point of interest when it comes to Emerald is who voices her. Jarek Hoffer, possibly better known by their drag name, Jinx Monsoon. Jarek, a non-binary performer, was the first non-female to voice a gem in the series. Now this incredible casting choice breaks my heart even more that we didn't get more Emerald. They have some serious chops. Performing live, appearing as Hedwig, being trained as a singer. Ugh, this would have been so good. But let's not dwell on what we didn't get and focus on some of the details we did, as well as some potential gemological inspiration. A detail I love about Emerald's design is that her gem is shown as an emerald cut. This style gives a gem an elongated, rectangular shape and chiseled step cuts, with straighter, linear facets, usually arranged parallelly down to the stone. To add stability and prevent fractures, the corners of an emerald cut diamond are usually cropped. I think this kind of chiseled design plays into how Emerald's outfit appears. And interestingly, an emerald cut can make it more difficult to assess the value of a gem due to all those little facets. It takes a real expert to be able to look at it and correctly judge it. Now, this could have played into Emerald's long game role in the universe of Steven Universe. Is she the high-ranking gem she appears to be? Are there more facets to her than military muscle seeking to eradicate lesser gems and threats to the Diamond Authority? In gemological terms, emeralds have a very high hardness. However, they're more brittle than other varieties of beryl due to their many inclusions. So, she appears to be a tough cookie. That checks out. Emeralds were first mined in Egypt. Cleopatra herself is said to have increased the gem's popularity. Ancient Egyptians believed the gem was a sacred symbol of fertility and immortality. Legend has it that Cleopatra adorned herself and her palace with emeralds, and would give them as gifts to foreign dignitaries. That is a power move. Here, thanks for stopping by, take an emerald. The gem was later found in India, Austria, and Zimbabwe, and has been found in smaller reserves throughout the world. But the largest producer of emeralds by far is Colombia. Emeralds are a variety of mineral beryl that gain their green hue from trace amounts of chromium. Clearly, the coloring of our character emerald is directly taken from the gem and the various shades it comes in. Emerald is the birthstone of the month of May, meaning it would link up with those who fall under two different birth signs, Taurus and Gemini. Those who practice astrology claim that Tauruses tend to be reliable, stable, and devoted, but they can also be stubborn and uncompromising. This earth sign is believed to be very practical and realistic, making them very good workers and followers. Gemini are curious, adaptable, and learn quickly, but they can be inconsistent and indecisive. So if we're to take these personality traits and apply them to our character, I'd say we have to lean more towards Taurus. Her military mindset and devotion to the diamonds lines up with the traits of the old bull, and she definitely is not up for compromising with Lars. It was believed that emeralds could help you see the future when placed under the tongue, and could reveal truths and protect against evil spirits and spells. Seems like a choking hazard, but hey! Who wouldn't try a sublingual magic 8-ball? Nerdwire does not recommend placing emeralds or other stones in your mouth. Please play with rocks responsibly. It was also thought that emeralds could cure cholera and malaria, which is why I assume so many people died from both of those things. Whatever supposed mystical properties it's said to have, emeralds have long been regarded as a superior jewel, which we can definitely agree shaped emerald's place in gem society. Of course, these are just my findings and thoughts when it comes to emerald. What I want to know is, what do you think of this character? Hit me with your hot takes in the comments below. As is always the case, you guys, you are in charge of all of our Steven Universe content, so hit me up in those comments and let us know what Steven Universe stuff you want to see next from us. You're in charge. Also, while you're there, check in with me. Let me know how you're doing. Are you still quarantined? Are you okay? The world is crazy right now. So feel free to check in. I try to read as many comments as I can and respond to them, and let's all just make sure everyone's doing okay. I really hope you are. Thanks to everyone who's making their voices heard, who's washing their hands, to our awesome donors who support us on Patreon, and to all of you incredible Steven Universe fans. If you like what you heard, subscribe and punch the bell so we can keep the conversation going. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. See you, Space Cowboy.